Tahoe 200 mandatory gear. I'm gonna need a jacket with a hood. I have a rain jacket. This is my Rain Runner John G jacket. I ran 22 hours in grindstone, solid rain, never got wet. It kept me warm, dry. This is the best rain jacket. John G makes amazing stuff, so definitely bringing this one. For instead of a puffer jacket, I use this Black Diamond. I believe it's called it's a Alpine Start hoodie, I think. What makes this awesome is it packs down just as well as this rain jacket, but it is fleece lined, but in some sections. So for the arms, for instance, it's got fleece on one side and not on the other, so it vents out the back of your arms. It's got panels here that don't have fleece, so it allows you some venting, so it keeps you super warm without overheating. It just helps to regulate your heat. But I can wear this jacket from 5 degrees all the way up to about 30 degrees with no problem. If I need to, I can layer it up with long sleeve. I can throw the rain jacket over the top of it. I got arm warmers. I got a whole bunch of different scenarios. But this jacket will work from 0 to 30 with no problem, and it packs down super light. Next up, you have to have pants. So these are just some basic tights that I got at Target years ago. They work great, super lightweight, but they keep me warm. I have some basic winter gloves here, but then I also have some Bonatti Solomon waterproof gloves, and I put the winter glove inside the rain waterproof glove, so I have a double layer if it does start raining or snowing. And a little trick is if you wear these surgical gloves underneath a pair of winter gloves, it just helps keep your hands warmer and keeps the water off your skin. So, and they take up no space, so I'll just like wad these up and put them in a pocket. So that's just an extra line of defense. Long sleeve shirt is mandatory, so there's a rolled up sleeve. So I just throw some rubber bands on here to keep them nice and tight, easier to pack. If I do use them, I'll roll them back up with the rubber band and take the time to actually pack the bag properly. Instead of a hat at night, I wear a buff stocking cap. I might throw a beanie in here. If I see at the last second that the weather's going to be really crappy, I'll add a beanie. But a buff usually does me fine. Plus, my jackets both have hoods on them. And I'll have 2 buffs on me at all times, just in case I need a neck gaiter. Next up on the mandatory is a spot tracker GPS item that they give you at the race. They put that on your shoulder so they can track you. You have to have the GPX file, which I have on my phone, and my Coros Vertex S2 watch, which works amazing. Next up, I have my headlamp. This is my go-to Black Diamond Icon 700 lumens on max. It takes 4 AA batteries. Yes, it weighs a little bit longer, or weighs a little bit more, but I can get easy 7 hours, 8 hours on one set of batteries. So if I need to, and it's middle of June, so we're at like peak daylight, so 8 hours should get me through a whole night. And then I have a backup pair of batteries, which is mandatory, right here. And just in case I need to swap batteries, I have this super small light that's really bright, but it allows me to see what I'm doing in the dark if I need to swap batteries, or if my headlamp just craps out completely. This is just kind of a last-ditch backup to get me to the next aid station. Mandatory item, whistle. This was 99 cents at the Sierra store, but it's way better than what comes on the hydration pack. They give us a bivvy, but for now I have a emergency blanket here, just to make sure I'm packing everything. And then we need 500 calories in reserve, just like they did at UTMB. So there's 2 wafer bars and a Cliff Bar as a just in case. The cell phone is mandatory as well with the GPX file on it. I'm going to carry it in the front pouch here of my Solomon, I think this is a Pulsar belt. And then on the back I will have my poles, and I'll probably have them out most of the time. But in this little pouch here, I'm going to roll up my rain jacket. I'm going to put it in here, and that'll take out space away from my pack. And then I'll roll up my jacket, and I'm going to carry that, and I'll show you where I'll pack that on there. So I'm going to split up some of my vest with my belt, and on the side there's pockets here so I can add some food. The front pouch will be dedicated to the phone. Side pockets will be for food, wrappers, anything I need. Then rain belt on the back, or rain then rain jacket on the back with my poles, and I'll put my poles back here every time I get to an aid station to get them out of the way, and that seemed to be working really well for me. So that takes a lot of gear off my chest, off my back, things I just don't need to worry about. Now, this is where it gets crazy. This is all the stuff I'm going to be packing because, again, I'm not going to have a crew and I'm not going to have a pacer, so I need to have everything on me at all times, and just in case. So all these little small items I'm going to throw in Ziploc bags to keep them organized. I got some Body Glide here. I've got some more squirrel nut butter that I'll carry on my chest, and then I have one in the backup. I got sunscreen, lip balm, I have caffeine pills, I got my tummy medicines, I got some sunglasses, my Western States Gooder glasses. I always wear biking gloves with padding on here for my trekking poles so you don't get some blisters and hot spots on your hands. I have extra Ziploc bags. I have KT tape all pre-cut and labeled so that if I need to swap out something, it's ready to go. I don't have to do much, but if I do, I have an extra pair of scissors here that are protected so they won't punch anything. I have some blister patches. I got dude wipes to clean me up on the trail if I need to. I have an AirTag tracker so my girlfriend can track me. These are mosquito bug repellent little patches, just in case I get to a couple bad spots where it's really buggy. I can toss these on my gear, on my clothes. They don't stick on your skin, they're actually for your clothes, so I'm just hoping that that works. I have some nipple covers here just in case I get some sore nipples, chafing. I have some BioFreeze in case my legs get a little sore or something. I can throw that on to relief. I have 2 earplugs in case I need to sleep on a trail or at an aid station and it's a little loud. I have zip cords because you never know what might break. I have rubber bands in case I need to tighten up my shirt or my pants and one of the rubber bands breaks. I have an extra pair of socks that I'll carry with me in case my feet get wet and I need to change them out before an aid station. This is a neck drape that hooks over the top of my hat that I used at Western States. Works really well to keep the sun off your neck. It also can keep me dry if it's raining. I have arm coolers that can also work as arm warmers. I have some start of the race snacks here. I have my collapsible cup. I got a battery charger. This will charge headphones, my phone, and my camera, my action camera. So it should do everything. I can get at least 2 full charges of my phone on this, but I'll have my phone in airplane mode, so that shouldn't be a problem. Caffeine pills. Let's see, what else am I missing? I have my 2 backup bottles with caps on them so they don't accidentally leak. So that works really well. That way the nozzles don't just accidentally squeeze out the water. And this one has a filter on it in case I need to take some water out of a stream or something. So I have one with a filter, and then I can always take that water, filter it, and pour it into something else. But yeah, the filter will be handy. So then I have 4 flasks total. So that's 2 liters of water. So for my gear, I'm going to put everything in my Advanced Skin 12. This is my new jacket, or my new vest that I got. My other one's looking a little worn. So this back pouch here that goes under here, I'm going to put my puffy jacket and roll it up in here. So it's going to be kind of like a rolled up jacket on the side here. Then I always keep my food on one side. I'll have some extra food over here, but I always keep medicines in the same spot for the whole race so I know where to grab them. I always keep my scratch bottle with a X on it. Actually, it's on this side. So I always put an X so I know which one is scratch. When I give it to a volunteer, I can say, hey, put scratch in this one, and then just water in the other one, so it helps keep things easy. I have my bungee cords on the back stretched out as far as they can go so I can pack up my pack as much as possible. I might put some extra Ziploc bags down the back here in case I need to put some trash in, or in case I need to grab some snacks or something like that to take with me in a pocket, like chips or something that might turn into broken little pieces. I have my TSLA Amazon 4-inch shorts. They work really well. They dry quick. I'm going to start off with, I only have 11 pairs of toe socks and Gingy toe socks, and it turns out I need 12. So I'm going to start the race off with my Darn Tough, which are my training socks that I use if I'm not using my Injinjis. So Darn Tough's my second favorite sock. So I'm going to start off with those guys. And then I got my Saucony Exodus Ultra 2s that I'll start off with. I have these, I always probably say this wrong, but Catula gaiters. And these work really well. This strap that goes underneath the shoe, it's super durable. I think they guarantee it for like 1,000 miles or something like that. I haven't had any problems with these, and they've kept debris out. The 100K that I did in Traverse City was very sandy and a lot of debris, and I didn't really have any debris in my shoe when I got done, so they worked very well. They're called the Ultralight Trail Runner. These are the low version. I'm going to use my Ultra Runner magazine hat to start off with. Just a basic shirt from one of my pacing gigs at Des Moines. And I gotta just put this all back in their assigned bags and get everything organized. That is a lot of gear to carry, but again, I'm gonna be going upwards of 15, 20 miles between aid stations, no crew, no pacer, so I need to have everything that I could possibly need on me at all times. I might not have said that, but I also have toilet paper here. And then I have toilet paper in all my drop bags. So yeah, I think I got everything covered. So I got all the required gear and then some crazy contingencies. It's a lot of gear. This is going to be my KT tape bag. This is going to be like bathroom medical type stuff. So then in here I have the some of the extra mandatory stuff like the whistle, the food, extra batteries, some extra body glide. I'm going to start packing up the vest here. I'm going to try and keep these bottles when they're full upright and along the sides. So they're on each side, so it's balanced and weighted. So when they're full, they'll sit on the side here. Then I'm going to probably throw this guy down here, which will be my pants. And I'll do my long sleeve shirt across the top. And I'm going to create kind of a frame structure for this. So I have a nice balanced pack and it's framed out. These guys are going to go over here. So I'm going to put my arm sleeves in here. I'm going to put my hat cover for my neck, to cover my neck. Put that in here. Pair of socks in here. I'm just going to line each item. Gonna put my gloves. So what I'm gonna have is my winter glove with my rainproof glove over the top of it. That'll make it easier to store and I don't have to look for one or the other. I can just grab the gloves and I can dismantle the rainproof glove if I need to. And then I'm gonna put these guys in probably across the top. I got these little waterproof gloves that I can just stick in there anywhere. I'm going to put my buff down here at the bottom. That'll help fill in like the gaps here. Now it's on to these items here. It's just going to be my food required gear. So if I get stopped at the aid station and say, do you have this? I can just grab this bag out. Say, yes I do. I'm going to have my KT tape. I'll just put that right under here. This is probably going to be the thing I'll grab the most for a bag is going to be like toilet paper, stuff like that if I need to stop at the trail, so that's going to be up on the top. I don't want to bury it. And then I have a little charge pack. I'll just stick that right there. And I think, and then I'll have my headlamp. And I have batteries not in here so I don't drain them before the race. This is brand new. I've only used it a couple times. And little trick with these icons. See these little straps here where you can adjust it. They tend to move as you use them, especially for long periods of time. So I put little safety pins in here so I can't, so that the adjusters don't move at all. So then it stays nice and perfect for my head, so I don't have to worry about adjusting it at night in the middle of the race where it comes loose and bounces off. So the other thing I have to carry is my headlamp, and I will just stick this right in the top here. And with everything padded around it, with the shirts, the pants, anything that would be like bouncing in metal or something rubbing and stuff. So by doing it this way, having a frame with some padding around it, it keeps the headlamp protected from bouncing against my back. I have a nice soft layer against my back, and it's a nice triangle setup. Nothing's poking me, and it's nice and flat across my back. This black diamond shell, I think that's the technical term for it. This black diamond shell I got at the Sierra store. I bought one for $80. New, it's $199. This is last year's model. I love the Sierra store, and I love black diamond. So I went back to Sierra store, and they had another one, and it was clearanced out, and it was $49. I love this jacket so much that I like this specific model that I bought two of them. So I have a brand new one that I just left in my closet. So if this ever rips, wears out, something, I have the exact same model that I can use down the road. It is perfect for this type of a race where I need a winter shell. So this little pouch here on the new version has a pass-through pouch, and I am going to just slide this puppy right through here, and then it's going to sit. So if I'm on the trail and I need to fold this up, I'm going to roll it up, and then I'm just going to slide it through here. And I know it looks a little awkward putting it in here, but boy, when you get this in here, it's like just works so well. So I'm just going to stuff it, pull it, get it nice and balanced. I might have to do this up, but I'm kind of simulating being on a trail. So now I have this sitting down here on my hip, and once I put the whole pack on, I might have to tighten this up a little bit better, practice a little bit more. But this has worked a couple times so far, so that's how I'm going to carry it. And that frees up my back here, so I don't have to try and put a puffer in here as well. So without this pass-through pouch here, I don't know if I could carry a shell in here. Again, I love the new version of the Advanced Skin 12, but it seems like they made this pack a little bit smaller. They made these little side pockets just a little bit smaller, and they got rid of a couple things here and there, but it just feels smaller. So I'm trying to be clever by putting my jacket in here, freeing up my space here. And plus, it creates a nice balanced full frame here, so nothing bounces and I have a lot of room. But again, that's why I'm taking my poles. Instead of carrying them on the back here or on my sides, I don't have to worry about it bumping into all the extra bulk that I have on my vest. So my pack, I always use the pockets in the same spots every time. So I'm gonna have water, and I have 2 bottles in the back, so that gives me 2 liters. This left pocket is going to be dedicated to food. My plastical cup, I'm just going to keep stuff and food in here. And then this pocket, I always put my action camera when I'm not using it. Then this pocket is medicines, lip balm, sunscreen, even my extra little light in case I need that. So stuff I need to get to in a hurry. I can also put a couple extra pieces of food in here. This pocket is going to be all food, so I have some extras there. So these are going to be full to the rim for most of the run. They're going to puff out pretty well. I think that'll work great. With this Advanced Skin, I can loosen it up if I need to, and then I can also do a quick tight. The new one doesn't, it's hard to get this hook on, this little guy, so I usually clip it on here, but you really got to work hard to get it, so I haven't figured out the perfect way to keep this from flapping, but sometimes it comes undone. So still working on that one. Again, one of the new features that I don't like. But the front's going to be pretty good. And there's some pockets up here. I haven't had time to play with those yet, but you can throw some of the sunscreen up here if it's like something you're not going to use very much, and that'll get it out of your pockets. So then my pocket on my waist belt, I can take my phone out really quick, take a photo of the cool lake, pop it back in, and I'm on my way. And that saves me a lot of time from digging in here. Plus, my old one, when I carried the phone in here, it would always dig into my ribs and it would just kill me by the end of the race. So that's going to be just a game changer having it here. Then I got side pockets on my belt. So I got my food. I can throw peanut butter and jelly. I can put stuff in a Ziploc bag, whatever I need to do, and stuff the side pockets. So I should have hundreds and hundreds of calories of food here and here to get me from aid station to aid station. I can also throw in my bike gloves if I need them on here, and so I don't want to dig in the back. I have plenty of options to store stuff. Now the back, this is where I love this this waist belt here. So I have my jacket that if I need to, I can deploy my jacket in a matter of seconds. I can throw it on over my gear, or I can throw my vest off really quick, throw my jacket on, put the vest back on, depending on the scenario that I'm in. If it's really just a downpour and I want to cover my gear, this will fit over my jacket. But then I have my poles here, and these come out super quick. So I can pull them out, deploy these guys really quick, and then when I get to an aid station, I always put the handles opposite directions so they sit really well. But as I'm coming into an aid station, I can pop these guys on really quick. I should say really quick. And then I just do a quick yank of the bungee cords up here, and I'm free. And now I don't have to worry about losing my poles at the aid station, walking off, getting a half mile down the road and having to turn around. Done that once before. So that gives me everything. And then as you can see on the back here, that's where my puffer jacket is. It's lying down the bottom. So that gives a nice padding to my lower back, and my poles have a nice gap between them. So nothing's hitting each other, nothing's rubbing. My poles are off my chest, so they're freeze up my water bottles, because it's a pain to put these bottles in if your poles are up here. The poles can hit you in the ribs, the hip, and then my poles are on the bottom here, so that gives me room for my jacket. Everything's off me, and as a last ditch, if I need to put some food in here, I'll put them in my pockets if I need to grab some extra stuff, and that's where maybe having a Ziploc bag to carry some chips or something so they don't turn into crumbs in your pocket would pay off. When I went to Western States, I put everything in my pockets and then ran through the river, the American River, and everything got soaked in my pockets. So I don't want to put food in my pockets and do that again. But we don't have any river crossings at Tahoe, so that'll be awesome. So that is how this goes. And then again, what I learned from UTMB is take the 2 seconds to roll up everything nice and tight. Take time to set it down on the trail, and then I can just put this back in here. Stuff this guy back in, and I'm ready to go. So quick access to everything. It's all organized. I shouldn't forget anything. And again, no pacer, no crew. I have everything I need to get through the race.